Correspondent James Rosen is live with a look at this day of pageantry, pride, patriotism, and once again, James, marching bands.
A whole lot of drumming and trumpets. Good afternoon to you, John, and to our viewers. President Bush spent the first minutes of his second term vowing to heal divisions in American society and pledging his help to those across the world who are suffering political oppression and longing for freedom. The president never uttered the word Iraq and never spoke of American troops returning home.
All who live in tyranny and hopelessness can know the United States will not ignore your oppression. For as long as whole regions of the world simmer in resentment and tyranny, prone to ideologies that feed hatred and excuse murder, violence will gather and multiply in destructive power. Freedom, tyranny, freedom, 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 tyranny, freedom, freedom, tyranny, tyranny, permanent tyranny.
Look at the number of uniformed personnel, all of them armed. It's estimated there are 60,000 armed and uniformed members of law enforcement here. Roughly one police officer or soldier tasked to this duty per every 4 or 5 spectators, the highest ratio in history.
You've driven around this city, Chris, the last couple of days. Brian and I were talking about it. It was close to an armed camp.
Coming in, you had to get hand patted down, you had to go through a magnetometer, you had to have your bags hand searched.
There is only one force of history that can break the reign of hatred and resentment and expose the pretensions of tyrants.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, George W. Bush, and First Lady Laura Bush. Wave to them. Let them know that you love America.
And this is a love of material success, of even flaunting of wealth and furs. This isn't the cloth coat republicanism that may have turned the tide in November. This is a bold statement of we've got it, we're going to flaunt it, we're going to have some fun. The selection of clothing was excellent.
By the First Lady, absolutely. She's looking resplendent in her winter white. She looks absolutely stunning. Oh, she's beautiful. She looks so pretty.
The First Lady was truly breathtaking when she came out. It was one of those moments where up on the stand you could almost hear an audible sigh as she came out. She really was sort of a vision in the white dress. Winter white, I believe, would be the proper term.
There's a sense of a little friskier second term for the First Lady.
Well, and you know, the president is looking very sharp today, too. I think there's a calmness about him. There's a certain serenity that we're seeing in President Bush.
Look at this serenity.
He's wearing a blue tie.
And that says?
He almost always wears a blue tie.
Well, this president has always worn sort of a baby blue or a royal blue
Royal
tie.
blue is what I like.
Yeah.
That blue tie, is that a sign of royalty? And, God, we're running out of things to say, except here we are looking at the royal family in a sense. They look so great.
Oh, I think they're adorable.
Apparently when they show up, they don't have to wait in line. They go right to the front. They are cutie pies, as I've said before.
Remember, don't you, when there was that unpleasantness in Texas about the drinking age with the two
about
of them?
the guy that
they were mostly
this hopeless guy who dialed 911 because one of these girls ordered a tequila or something. 911, and one of them is it's great because there's the one that's sort of the fun one. You can have a lot of fun with this. Is just generalized. There's serious one in dark hair. It's like the Archie Andrews comic.
We've seen a number of faces, and of course the governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who had some face time today.
We don't know what to make of the fact that he seemed to be so much part of the winner's circle, do we? We don't know why he was so much in evidence today.
Well, he's the Republican governor of the most populous state in the union, who is very supportive. He's an old friend of 41's.
What are your thoughts today? Do you have any thoughts about the possibility of changing the Constitution so that someday you could be sitting in the good seats up front?
Well, first of all, I'm having an excellent seat here, sitting with all the governors here from this great country. And to me, I have, as a foreigner, when you come over here, this means, I think, and I know it means a lot to the American people, but it means even more to me, because I've watched every inauguration on television, all life since I've come to this country in 1968, and I get very emotional about events like that. This is really terrific, and I think this is a very unique time.
A new order of the ages. 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 A new order of the ages.